All right, here we go. Over 500. So now we're getting into
Get into luxury.
yes. We're getting Lux here. All right. So my first pick is the. Hey everybody, I'm Jonathan from Autodesk. Welcome to Shop Talk. We're doing something a little different today. With the holidays coming up, we thought it'd be a good idea to give you a gift guide. I'm here with Keqing Song, sometime host of Shop Talk as well, and my teammate. And we're going to go through a list of our favorite gifts that are for engineers, designers, basically the Fusion community. They're broken up into categories. So we've got under $20, under $50, under $100, under $500, and over 500. Did I get that right?
Yeah, over. Yep.
Okay. And the over 500, of course, is the most interesting. But I
Yes.
can't wait to see your picks, Keqing. Neither of us know what the other person picked. Our producers got that list, so this is going to be an actual natural reveal, part by part.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
it's
are you
and it's
excited?
worth saying that these are all GIF ideas or products that we ourselves will love and really appreciate, right? And they're not sponsored. We're not sponsored. These are just genuine recommendations that we think are great products that may interest those of you, the discerning designers, engineers, and folks in our community. And so also, for our loved ones, honey, if you're watching, this any of these things would be awesome to
Yeah,
have.
there's
So
maybe an ulterior motive there. I'm going to pass this along to send the link to my wife, and
yeah.
same thing with the rest of the family. We're hitting on some different personas. So some of these things are going to be more for a maker type that maybe does 3D printing and general making kind of stuff. Some of them are going to be more for a shop owner, a machinist, that kind of thing. Some of them are more mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and some of them are just kind of mass appeal for anybody that's into this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just a little bit of a hint. I feel like my lists tend to uh appeal to most of those personas, but some might be a bit more geared towards certain ones. But I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm excited to share my list and also hear what you've got, Jonathan. This is exciting.
I got to say, I'm really interested in what you've got going on here because you have the coolest stuff. Like all you have to do is look at Keqing's background there and like all the cool gadgets he's got, and he's always just kind of up to speed on whatever the latest, awesome consumer product is. So I'm stoked. Let's
I
let's
would
get
say,
into it.
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All
All
right.
right. So what? So let's start with the $20 category. Yeah. So these are things under $20. We're talking about stocking stuffers. We're talking about white elephant gifts, or just things, yeah, that are affordable, cheaper. And so yeah, let's start with your list, Jonathan. What
Cool.
you've got? What's your first thing?
All right. The first thing on my list is heat set inserts by CNC Kitchen.
Oh yeah,
So if you do 3D printing, these are super useful. You use them
they're
all the
essential.
time.
Yeah.
They're essential, right? Like, unless you're gluing stuff together, which is, you kind of want to avoid that. If you're going to do some real, like, kind of serious 3D printing projects, these things are a must have. Now, the great thing about these inserts, not only are they made, they're not made, but not only are they supplied and curated by CNC Kitchen. So if you buy them, you're supporting one of our Fusion creators and also a one-time guest of this podcast. Shout out to Stefan Herman. I hope you're watching. But if you go to this link, there are a ton of different options in this same category that are, under $20. I use M3s all the time for a lot of my
Mm.
projects. For smaller projects, I find those are great. They're easy. They're cheap. The fasteners are all cheap. But these particular heat insets are very strong and also easy to apply. So if you've got
That's
somebody
great.
that's going to get a gift that does 3D printing, this is a great stocking
Now,
stuffer.
these brass or
Yeah,
and you're supporting small businesses, which is
that's
awesome.
right. Yeah,
So link is in the description. We'll have all the links to all these products in the description. So yes, be sure to check that out. Okay, that's a
cool.
great recommend. $11, well under 20. What's next?
Okay, next we got an even cheaper one, and this is Matte Fiber
Ha.
HT PLA by Protopasta.
Yeah.
They're my favorite filament company. I love their stuff. I use it all the time. And what I would recommend if you're going to buy filament for somebody that does 3D printing is get the $6, round about $6 depending on the material. get the coils so that they can test stuff out and see if they like it. You could get a handful of them, maybe a few different colors you think that whoever the person is might like. The HTPLA is a lot stronger than just regular PLA, so higher temperature, it welds better. I like matte fiber for anything that's going to be presented, anything that's going to like it's got an aesthetic quality to it that's way better than the glossy stuff. So I love using this particular PLA. These are a great way to show some love for your 3D printing friend.
People that are 3D printing always need filament.
That's
So
right.
this is always a great gift. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
Now,
next
and
one.
this is just kind of a fun one for this really could be for anybody, but I think, people in the Fusion community might like this one, but it is a Bitcoin Lotto miner. So there's a
Oh,
lot of options for these things. There's a lot of different kinds, but I don't know a whole lot about Bitcoin. I don't even own any, but what this does, from what I understand, is you plug it in via USB, you put it on your Wi-Fi network, and it sort of randomly solves the whatever the math problem is that creates Bitcoin. So, normally the way Bitcoin's created is you throw a ton of energy at some server that's crunching numbers and trying to solve the
sure.
whatever the
Yep.
whatever the math problem is, and that creates a coin. This thing, it's basically, it was explained to me as you're buying about 10 lottery tickets a minute with it. So you buy it for 13 bucks, and who knows, maybe somebody gets lucky, kind of a fun
Yeah.
thing to have. And yeah, 13.95, can't beat that.
It's a numbers game. You just plug it in and then you leave it. You leave it and
That's
it
it.
does the thing.
Yep. And then
Okay.
you get, I guess it, beeps and shoots out confetti if you get one. I don't know.
You
I'm,
won.
I'm getting these for my family.
You've
These will
got
be a,
coin.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's
Some
great.
fun swag here anyway.
Cool. Okay.
All
Okay.
right. What are your three under 20? I can't wait.
Oh man. Okay. So let's start with the
Looking good, by the way.
yeah, my antlers. Yeah, I should actually put antlers on my headphones. Okay, let's start with the first one. This is, I think it's something that everyone could use, and I'm actually talking about the Night Eyes carabiners,
Ah,
specifically the G series. So, okay, carabiners. I mean, everyone could use them, right? Like, you could use them for a number of things. Night Eyes is an American company, I think out in Pennsylvania. It's super affordable. What's cool about the G series is that you can see it's a dual chamber mechanism. So you put your key in the first chamber and then you put it in the second one and it basically locks in that second chamber. So then you can use the first one to attach it to wherever or just use it as a loop.
that's a
But
great idea, man.
super secure
I love it.
night eyes.
I love a fresh take on something that's so ubiquitous and so kind of, mundane. And it's such a simple improvement, but
Yeah.
obviously a big one. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
have you ever
good one.
struggled trying to take keys out of those like rings, right? And it's just a
Yeah.
pain in the butt, and you like get your nails all messed
Yeah.
up.
Breaks your nail while you do it.
This
Yeah.
is super easy. You go to a mechanic or for your car and just take your car keys off. Boom, here you go, done.
Awesome, man. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. So great stocking stuffer. Okay, second thing. This is double the price at $12, but we're talking about the pocketbooks from Grimsmo.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. So everyone, designers, engineers, we all like to jot down notes or sketch stuff. So a pocketbook is really essential, I think. Now Grimsmo, he's he's got really high-end knives and high-end pens. And he's a great friend of ours. We see a lot of his content. He has a great podcast with John Saunders from Saunders
Mhm.
Machine Works. But you can get into his, I guess, product line with these really affordable pocketbooks.
Yeah, this is a great one. I mean, I have so many of these things. It's great to just have them lying around. You have them
Yeah.
in your desk. You got them I keep it in my back pocket if I'm running around the shop doing something. You really can never have too many of these. They're always going to be useful for basically anybody. So yeah, good pick.
Yeah, and then you take this out and it's different from all the field notes that folks have. So
Yeah.
it's a cool piece of kit.
Yeah, show Grimsmo some love. We love this guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to Grimsmo. Okay, my third and last pick for this category is actually part is similar to what you've picked,
A
Jonathan, because
subscription.
a subscription.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, so
Yeah, you
you
one upped
can
me, dude. This is way better.
no, but like you picked, a pretty affordable version of this,
Yeah.
and it gives, folks a choice of what they want, right? But if you want, say, a few of them and you want to have them keep coming to you, to try out different colors, Protopasta offers this subscription where you can get, their new colors as coils. So that way you can try a bunch of stuff, and you don't, if you don't want to pick, you just say, hey, send me some different colors or filament to try. This is a great way to do it for under $15.
Next, we have gifts under $100.
Okay,
So
so we're moving up the ranks a
moving up the
bit.
chain here. They're getting
Yeah,
a little more fancy.
yeah,
But
yeah.
my first one on here is the Invar Cubic Inch by Craig Hill.
Ah,
Okay, so Craig Hill is
yeah.
they use Fusion. Hunter Craig Hill was on the podcast a while back. We love them. They make really cool stuff. And what this thing is a what did they used to call these things? There's a name, like
Oh,
there's an actual meter object, right? I
that's like
think it's in,
stored in a bunker somewhere.
yeah,
That's like the
exactly.
the 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 standard, right?
Yes, it's the
Unit.
it yes, it's the object that represents the standard unit,
Yeah,
right? So Craig Hill made this cube that is exactly 1 inch on a side to 1,000th of an inch tolerance, right?
yeah.
Um, it's a it's just a fun thing to have. It's it's a paperweight. You can calibrate your calipers with it. You can check it against, maybe you get a new tape measure or a new ruler or something like that, and you ask yourself, is this actually is this actually accurate? And you can check on that, because you'd be surprised how much the accuracy actually varies product to product for measuring devices.
Yeah.
They're all over the map. So practical thing to have. Also, just kind of a cool desk widget that you can, it's a conversation piece.
It's just well made.
Yeah,
And like
like everything they make.
that's, yeah, I mean, I think that's, you'll see the trend of our list here is that it's functional, and it's fun, right? You don't gotta take yourself too seriously because you have a 1 inch cube. What is this made out of? Stainless steel or
I think
what,
it's
titanium? I don't even
I
remember.
don't remember. It's what is it? Oh, Invar is the material. It's a nickel iron alloy, so dimensionally stable that its discovery earned the Nobel Peace Prize in physics in 1920. So a little history there too, a little
There you
history
go.
built in.
There's the knowledge you can share at the
There you
party.
go. Yeah, impress your friends.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So then let's see. Number 2 on this list is the Katz Moses Tool Cleat Storage System.
Oh,
So Jonathan Katz Moses is a woodworker who has a really cool YouTube channel. There's a lot of great videos, kind of tutorial type things, walks you through projects and all that stuff. So he's got this full on aluminum extrusion system. I think it comes in 6 inch, 12 inch, and 18 and 24, maybe the links of the extrusion you see there. And then he also sells the tool holders and part holders and stuff like that. But it's open source, so you can
hmm.
do whatever you want and 3D print anything you want that holds just the particular thing you want to hold in your shop or your workspace or whatever it is.
Hmm.
Um, you can get a good setup for $100. That'll give you a few different extrusions and some tool holders and so on. And it's a very clever system. If you watch the video demonstration on it, you'll realize what a difference this makes compared to the other options out there. So
Wow.
good
Okay.
one by
That's
Katz Moses
cool.
Tools.
Yeah, we could always use more organization and less
Yeah,
clutter. So
yeah,
that's
for sure.
that's
All
awesome.
right. And then the final one for me in this category is the Ardu Boy. This is a 8-bit game system that has at this point 300 open source 8-bit games. So black and white, it's like,
Uh-huh.
the play, it's the action's kind of like a Game Boy. And yeah, $79, designed in Fusion. So it's all Fusion electronics for the whole thing. And I've given a few of these away as gifts in the past, and they're super fun. They're the size of a credit card, I think, maybe like exactly the size of a credit card, but a little
Yeah.
thicker. And yeah, just a really really fun present for anybody that might want to be distracted by an 8-bit game for a little while.
That's cool. What I love that is black and white because I feel like that's one of the trends in these like handheld devices.
Yeah.
So that's pretty refreshing to see.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
it's
that's
high
cool.
contrast, right?
Yeah,
Uh I don't know if it's e-paper, but it's like that.
yeah,
It's super high contrast, just like stark black, stark white.
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I want one of these. Hell yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, my list under 100. Those are cool picks, man. I think I went a bit more, I don't know, a bit more functional. No, it's about the same, I would say. Okay, the first one at $55 right now is the Leatherman Wingman. This is
Nice.
specifically the Wingman model. And the reason why I picked the Wingman is because this has a spring action
Hmm.
pliers. But the Wingman, I feel like, is a good balance in terms of the types of tools you get, but also the spring action really helps with the usability of it. And I've loved my Wingman for a long time. Use it all the time. So really useful tool. You know, if all of you out there who know Leathermen, you know their quality, you know their history and usability. So useful for everyone.
Good
Okay.
one. Of
Second one is okay. As a keyboard nerd, I'm a keyboard nerd. I have to recommend a keyboard. So
course.
if you're still using, your OEM PC keyboard, that's got like mushy keys and whatnot, maybe it's time to think about a nicer keyboard. And if you are a tinkerer or know people that like to put things together, I would highly recommend the Novel Keys Classic TKL kit.
Ooh.
So TKL stands for 10 keyless, which means it's basically your standard keyboard layout without your numpad. So if you're not using the numpad all the time, you could save some space. This is a very easy entry into, the world of custom keyboards. It comes in so many different colors. There's actually glow in the dark versions. And so for $89, you can buy this kit, and then you can also buy the keycaps you want. You can buy the switches you want, and you put it together yourself. I actually put one together for a friend of mine. It was a great experience, and he loves it. So really high quality. Again, another small business. They're a great vendor. They designed this keyboard with another keyboard designer, and they've been getting a lot of good reviews. So I would recommend this model if you're getting into this world or think that you like something a little nicer.
I mean, you think about it, you're probably spending most of your day with a keyboard, right? So,
Exactly. You deserve
it's
better.
yeah, exactly.
You deserve better.
Nice.
Okay, moving on to my last recommendation for this category. If you have the John Grimsmo notebook, if you got that notebook, you need a pen to
Yes.
write, right? You need a pen. So this is gonna be a pen, and it's actually a pen from Tactile Turn. This is the bolt action Tactile Turn titanium pen. What I love about this is titanium and it's fully machined. It's solid. They're actually a Fusion customer, uh, and their pens are just quality. And they'll last you a lifetime or multiple lifetimes. It's almost like an heirloom thing you can hand down to your family.
Yeah.
So yeah, a great pen. The bolt action is so fidgety. I like play with it all the time, but
Love it.
love their
Yeah, I mean
pens.
the thing about a titanium pin, if you've ever held one, the weight of it is so nice.
Yeah,
You're so used to these dinky little plastic pins that you throw away when the ink runs out. When you hold one of these, it's like, wow, this
it's
is
like yeah,
really
yeah,
substantial. It feels good in your hand. It actually feels better than something that's lighter, which is kind of counterintuitive.
yeah. And then when we finally buying that Haas mill or signing your mortgage, this is the pen to bring.
Yep. There you go. Love it. Yeah, good stuff, man. All right. So we
Sweet.
are, oh, we're
Moving
moving
on.
up. Here we
All
go.
right. Yep.
Under 500. All right. My first one here is the time sense launch device.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing's
So,
cool.
Kaching, you know about this. Do you have one?
I do not know,
Okay. So
but I
when my
want one.
son, yeah. So I bought one for when my son was born. And the moment he was born, pulled the pin and it starts counting from there. And it
Yeah.
goes up to I forget like 1,000 years or something crazy. It counts seconds, minutes, hours, days, and then yeah, I think that last one is just days, I want to say.
Hmm.
And it goes up to whatever, like 9,999, 1,000 years or something like that. Um, it's a beautiful device. It's made of machined aluminum and glass, and the battery. It's got a battery backup in it. The
Hmm.
battery itself, I think, lasts like 30 years or something. And when that battery dies, you just swap it out, and the memory keeps count. So it's just kind of a cool thing that commemorates a moment, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
That's sick. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it. Love it. Yeah, I love their products. This is definitely a unique one.
yeah,
Love the pick.
yeah. All right. And then moving on from there, I'm going with the Bamboo A1 Mini, the
Oh
Bamboo
yeah.
Labs, or sorry, Bamboo Lab printer. People ask me all the time about, oh, I've got, my son is interested in 3D printing. What printer should I get him? I get that question a lot, and you can't beat the price with this one. You start there. $200 is a really good price for a 3D printer. But this one also happens to be really well made and really useful. So
Yeah.
if someone gave it to me, even though I've been at this for a long time now, I would still be able to use it and I would still be able to rely on it to produce a solid, high quality print. Another advantage with Bamboo Lab, if you're buying these for a beginner, is that um, they're plug and play. You don't really have to do much setup at all. You just kind of, download the app and their slicer works really well. They're a Fusion technology partner, so we work with them to make sure their products work well with Fusion, that works seamlessly, and that their slicer is up to par.
Yeah.
So good pick there.
That's a great recommendation.
Okay, and then my third pick for under $500 is the IsoTunes noise canceling headphones.
Ooh.
So there are, if you're like me, you use your AirPods Pro and put them in noise canceling mode when you're running a saw or doing something loud in the shop. Um, they kind of work, but they're not made for that kind of noise, right?
Oh.
They're made for like being on a plane or like a busy road or something like that, right? What these do is they have full-on earmuff coverage. So they work as noise canceling headphones, not noise canceling, but they work as ear protection without even being on. So they've got a mechanical buffer from
Yep.
the
Yep.
loud sounds, but then they also have a noise canceling feature and they're Bluetooth, so you can listen to music or a podcast or
That's
whatever while you're
great.
working. Yeah, and I've looked around. I've looked at a lot of different options with these, and you know, uh, all signs point to this being your best option for the shop anyway.
That's awesome. I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah. Yeah. They have one that has like a microphone as well. So you
Yeah.
could do like I get the calls on it or something,
Oh, okay, yeah.
or if you wanted to do like if you didn't do like a walkie-talkie kind of thing, if you were on some like I don't know, with like a job site, maybe. I'm not really sure. I wouldn't really have any use for that personally, but yeah, yeah, these are super cool. I want a pair.
Yeah, for your machine shop
Yeah.
coworkers or friends or buddies or for yourself. This would
Outfit
be
them for your shop. You got people
yeah.
working in there, and there's loud machines going on. You've got in your machine shop. That's protect people's ears. These are great.
And if you want to listen all to the same music at the
Yeah.
same time in the shop,
We
that's
mandate that we are only going to listen to this playlist.
oh, that's funny. That's great. That's a great pick.
Thanks,
Okay,
man.
so okay, this is my under 500 recommendations, and the first one is I would say kind of a standard for machine shops. So, uh, these are mid-tutorial calipers. Like
Nice. Yep.
they're they're just the benchmark of calipers that you would want in a machine shop, or even if as a designer, if you want to take really accurate measurements. I mean, like this is the one to get, right? They're
Yeah.
pricey, yeah, but they are just made to the best specifications
Yep.
and performance. You know, I think any designer or machinist would appreciate a second set or their
Yeah.
first set. Like this is the yeah, the
If
cream of the
you've
crop.
ever used these and a cheaper pair,
Yeah.
you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing how much of a difference it makes with these things. There's no drift at all. Like it will perfectly dial in exactly to the, to the third, fourth decimal place, something like that.
Yep.
Like if you need to do quality control checks on stuff that's coming off your machines, you can't really do better than this with calipers. And it's also nice for, just to have for designing stuff and, checking
Exactly.
things, even if you're not trying to like meet some really high tolerance standard for a customer. Yeah, these are as good as it gets. Good pick, man.
But again, yeah, it'll last you a lifetime. And they're you can get them through a number of places, but I would recommend MSC. They're a great partner, and they do a lot of fast shipping, great prices, great people to work with. So, yeah, one of my picks. Continue on to my second pick. Also in this kind of tool category, I'm gonna recommend the Wera ratchet set. So
Yes.
if you've ever held a Wera screwdriver or any of their tools, I see you nodding your head there.
Oh, dude, they're so nice.
They're just so nice. They're
Yeah.
so ergonomic. You get a firm grip.
Yeah.
The quality is all made in Germany,
Yeah.
German made. The steel doesn't it's hardened to a point where it's not gonna break or it's not gonna chip or even like deform if you're really using it hard. And the ratchet set is just from a usability standpoint, it's great. And if you can, get a set like this, you will have it for again for the rest of your life. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
The ratchet set is a great pick too. It's probably the most versatile if you're going to get somebody like a single offering from Wera. And yeah, if you've never held one, it's hard to describe. I mean, it's the everything, the bits pop in and out just right. It
yeah,
takes just
yeah,
just the right amount of force to get it in there. Once
yeah.
it's in, it's not coming out until you pull back the little release at the top of the thing. Yeah, their stuff is it's the best.
And
Yeah,
yeah, like I
great
feel
pick.
like you could get, other alternatives that will do the job, but a lot of this is, you want an experience when you're using these things.
Yeah.
And the better the experience, the better you're going to do that job. So,
Yep.
yeah, we highly recommend these tools. I have some of their tools. It's been my go-to. Yeah.
Yeah. Good one.
Okay, lastly, in this category, so we all sit a lot as, if you're an engineer, designer, you need to sit in front of computers. You need to do a lot of sitting. And especially for long periods of time, you got to look out for your back. You got to look out for, your body. So, this one is the saddle chair by Branch.
Ah,
Um, and it's kind of a variation of a stool, but it actually, when you sit, it drops your hip, like kind of, or your legs below your hip, and it makes you have naturally want to have a better posture.
huh.
So if you're in the shop, if you're in a design studio, like one of these, I think would be a great ad to just make yourself more ergonomic and have a better seating position and overall makes you feel better. I feel like so all the reviews I don't have one, but all the reviews I've read, like it's people like it, and I believe they're on sale. It's actually less than this price now. So yeah, that's a good. Oh, and then as a bonus, one of the things I like, my pet peeve about these like chairs are the plastic casters they have at the
Yeah.
bottom. Sometimes they just get all gross, with dirt, and then they don't roll as well. So for an extra like $37, you can get some really nice like rubber gliding, like kind of a rollerblade wheel
Yeah.
type. Slap them on this thing, and
Nice.
ooh, it will
Yeah.
glide.
All right, here we go. Over 500. So now we're getting into kind
Get
of
into luxury.
yes, yes. We're getting Lux here. All right. So my first pick is the Shaper Origin.
Oh.
So you familiar with these, Kaching?
I've heard of Shaper, but
Yeah.
I didn't I'm not I don't know this particular tool. Yeah, tell me
Okay,
about it.
so yeah, these guys, when they were a startup, they came over to the San Francisco Tech Center when I was working there and demoed it, and I got to try it. And this was 10 years ago, probably. So
Oh,
I'm sure it's way better than that now, but even then, it was really impressive. So what this is a handheld CNC router. You run you run your tool paths in Fusion. I believe they're a partner. I think they're a technology partner, but you can use their post processor. I know that for sure. And you send the post to the machine, and instead of it being on a big gantry,
mm,
you put these strips down that you're seeing there. Those little, they look like dominoes, but they're basically like a uh, a guide point for the camera to know
okay.
where it is in X, Y,
Yeah.
right? So you put those strips down, and then you go and run the CNC, and you're handheld following a path, okay? And then the spindle is independent moving, but it
Okay.
only has a travel distance of like a couple inches in X and Y, and then however deep it goes in Z. So you have a sheet as big as you want, as long as you can
Yeah.
reach over it, right? You could have
Yeah.
a full 4x8 sheet, go and cut out whatever you want to with your CNC. You just stay within the lines. It's totally doable. It's not hard at all.
Huh.
And then this thing fits in a little box and goes in your closet. So you don't have to have a whole giant CNC machine to do a CNC router to do big sheet stuff.
That's cool. So do you got to push it yourself? Does it guide
Yeah.
itself? Oh,
No, you hold on to it and
yeah,
move it
yeah.
around and follow. There's a little screen there. See where the thumb is in that
Oh,
picture?
okay. I see. I see. Yeah, yeah,
So the little screen tells you like, okay, you're going this way now. Here's where you are on the path.
yeah.
It's very easy to
Oh,
use. It's like it sounds a little intimidating, but there's nothing to it. You just got you hold down the button, I think, with the green one with your thumb, or
yeah.
red to stop, whatever. It warns you if you're getting too far out, so it doesn't it'll stop if you're like off track. It's not just going to keep cutting something if you're way
Yeah, yeah,
off the
yeah. That's
path.
cool.
Yeah, so super cool. And then a bonus here for I think it's $1,300. They now have a gantry system
Mm,
that is also like you can take apart and store, I think. So you could take that and it gives you like a I don't know like a 2 foot by 3 foot or something,
yeah.
where your hands free. So you just attach this thing to this gantry. Gantry will run something. You could maybe index and move that around,
Yeah.
and then again you can put everything put everything away in a box, and like you still have a multi-purpose shop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my next one is the EcoFlow Delta Pro battery backup system. The thing I like about this one is that it's modular. So if
Mm,
you look at that battery at the bottom, so it's at least you can see it's kind of stacked in two different modules there. That is two batteries, right? And there's a little cable thing on the right side over there that daisy chains them. So you can stack this in theory, like basically as high as you want. I'm sure there's some limit to that,
mm.
but what it gives you is more and more and more battery capacity. So you could start with like the basic system for 42.99, powers your whole house, no problem. But maybe you don't really have a great way to recharge it, and you still don't have power for a few more days, for
Yeah, yeah,
example.
yeah.
Maybe next year you're like, okay, I want to upgrade. I'm gonna drop another, 1,000, 1,500 bucks and give me another module on here, and then I can have 3 days without needing to recharge or however
Yeah.
long you want to go. It's got 220 power. It's got basic 110. It's got uh let's see, 10 amp, 15 amp, like basically all the power needs you have for your house. You can run a dryer off this thing, no problem.
Yeah.
And they also have a basically like another thing I love about this is that you don't need to be an electrician. You need an electrician to install the power panel. You want to hire somebody for that if you don't know what you're doing. But you don't need any crazy wiring, or like you don't need to retrofit your whole house or anything like that. It's a very simple job to just set up a backup system with it. Yeah, and they also have solar as well. So they have their own solar panels you can plug into this. You can, if you've got solar panels on your house already, you can route it to this and recharge in the downtime and so on. Just a really cool thing to have if you're a homeowner. Also for that cabin in the woods, right? When you can't get power out there, it's a great thing to have.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
useful. Could you power a shop? with this?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
say, like if a shop goes down, like power goes down, and you still need to run jobs, like,
Hmm.
would this be a viable option?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it
Sweet.
obviously depends on the machine, but
Yeah.
yeah, they go all the way up to, whatever wattage or amperage requirements you need pretty much. Um,
Awesome.
yeah. Yeah, very cool thing to have.
Cool. All
All
right.
right, and then my sort of finale here
Yeah.
is the X-Tool metal fab system.
Ah.
So this is a laser welder and CNC cutting system
Yeah.
that from Xtool. So Xtool is a fairly new company. They've been making laser cutters like CO2 lasers and fiber lasers and stuff like that. But they have this new product that I think is shipping already. I've seen Pete Squared demoing his. They sent him one and he's been playing around with it. But um, if the social media creators are to be believed, this is the easiest welder in the world. You don't really need the skill of like,
Hmm.
doing TIG welding or even MIG
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. They say that when you want to weld two pieces of metal together, the feed of the wire, the material or whatever that is, actually like it pushes you at the right speed if you want to weld stuff together. And then the same tool head attaches to the gantry and inside that big box back there. So you can laser cut metal with it,
That's
no
cool.
problem, right?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's hard to believe it's $5,600 to be able to do that. I mean, a metal CNC laser for that is crazy cheap to begin with,
Yeah.
but also having this extra option of being able to take that laser off and use it as a welder. I mean, this is just a game changer. If you're somebody like me and metal is kind of you're sort of reliant on send cut send for
Yeah.
that kind of thing. If you want the capability in house, this would be the way to go, I think.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, this would be great for, smaller businesses
Yeah.
or shops that want to get more into this space. Uh, the technology is crazy. The fact that we're at a point where you're starting to see these things become more and more, relatively affordable in the space that they're in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
it's only gonna get better. So this is wow. Yeah, that's a great find.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right. What do you got?
All right. I I went a different direction. And I want to say they're also functional, but they're not like the tools that you've recommended, which are awesome. Uh, but my first pick is just over 500. We're talking about the new Peak Design roller carry-on. So,
Ooh,
uh, we're
nice.
now in the holiday season. People are traveling. Um, and you need to carry stuff. You need to bring stuff. And there's all kinds of carry-ons that you can make you can buy, but this one really stood out to me because one, Peak Design is a great company. They've been making high quality backpacks, kind of bags, really functional, well thought out with great materials, and they recently just launched this roller carry-on. The materials they use are super durable. I think the outer is more of a soft shell,
Mhm.
but it's weather resistant, great attention to detail, and I believe they're also they use Fusion to do some of this. So,
Cool.
which is awesome to see as always when we find customers out there cranking out awesome products. Yeah.
I can just imagine traveling at Christmas and you bring this ratty, like just abused suitcase to, to your parents' house. And there it is under the tree, this brand new carry on, and you can finally
Yeah.
trash the
Yeah,
broken one.
what a beautiful sight. Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
To see that.
Good
Okay.
one, man.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. My second pick, also a bit over 500, not too crazy, but I think it's a fun one. We're talking about the Teenage Engineering OB4.
Yes.
Okay. So what's what you see here is it looks like a speaker, right? It's just a speaker with a handle. But what's really clever is that this is a radio Bluetooth speaker, and so it plays your things that you stream to it. But they've found a way to design a switch or a knob where you could rewind, say like a
Ah,
radio program
nice.
or like
Whatever you're streaming to it.
whatever you're streaming to it. And especially for radio, like say you're listening to something, radio, it just, typically it just happens. And
Yeah.
like you can't go back to a certain time frame where they said something. But this thing can just go like it goes back to that point and you can keep listening. Uh so
Such a
yeah,
cool design
it's
too.
a really cool design. Yeah, this would be sweet to have on a desk or something. It's a really fun product to have.
I bet it
Um,
sounds great too. They make such good stuff.
yeah, yeah, they're really pushing the kind of the Dieter Rams design, and I think they've
Yeah.
made a lot of impact in that trend. You see products today that are just, they're people are referring to their design language, which they've referred to Dieter Rams, right? So
Right.
like they've established themselves as kind of this like minimalist design brand, but it all kind of goes back to Dieter Rams designs. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just think it's cool that you see that design continue to evolve.
Yeah, check out Teenage Engineering in general too. They've got a lot of other really cool products. One thing I had in my list that didn't quite make the cut was the Pocket Operator,
Oh yeah, yeah,
which is like this little, it's a bare PCB that you can also buy a case for if you want.
yeah,
But it comes with these little, I think they're just like 3.5 millimeter jacks or whatever,
yeah,
and you can daisy chain them together, and they're little music sequencers. But they also have this little 8-bit display that, like, they've got like quirky little characters and different themes and stuff. But I've seen people put a bunch of these together and like make these really cool full on music sequencing
yep,
setups with them. But it's also this little pocket sized thing that with a AA battery in it, and you can put in some headphones and just play around with it when you're like, waiting for your flight or whatever. So
yeah. That's
they
a
they make
great
some really
great
cool
shout.
stuff.
Yeah, that thing is awesome. You can go so deep with that product. I barely scratched the surface of mine, but yeah, it's cool. Definitely
Yeah.
worth checking out.
All
Okay.
right.
My last pick for this category is a bit more pricey. I feel like more in line with some of the pricing of what you picked. And again, as a watch nerd, I have to pick a watch.
Of
So
course.
I'm recommending the Christopher Ward
Oof.
C1 Jump Hour. So
It's
what's cool
beautiful.
about this? Do you know what a jump hour is? Okay.
Nope.
So that big number 8, okay? That's basically the hour that you're in. And you
Okay.
notice that this only has one hand. Usually
Uh-huh.
watches have like multiple, like a second, minute, and an hour hand.
Yeah.
So the one hand tracks your minutes. And as it makes, a full hour or yeah, full hour, the number changes to the next number. So
Nice.
that's why it's called a jump hour because it jumps to the next hour.
Yeah.
And that kind of mechanism isn't very common in watches. There's definitely watches that have that, but it's not a very common mechanism. And what's cool about Christopher Ward is they design a lot of their movements in-house. They're a British
Yeah.
brand that is Swiss made, so their movements are Swiss made. But they've started as a kind of like a small business, which now really grew into a really well respected kind of powerhouse of a brand. And relatively in the watch world, they're also pretty affordable, and you buy directly through them. Like there's no like jewelers or like you don't have to go through a middleman to deal with that. And there's no like wait list that you got to get on or like play games with the dealer to try to get something. You go directly through them, which makes the buying experience super easy, and it's a unique piece. So yeah. Oh, also forgot to mention, believe they're a Fusion customer as well.
Oh,
We got a few watchmakers and few watch brands that are using Fusion to design their products, and Christopher Ward is one of them. And they're making great products. So if you want to, be flexing a little and want to give someone a loved one or someone a nice commemorative timepiece, this would be my recommendation.
Love it. Is it one of those ones that has the window on the back to show the movement?
I don't know if this one does, but they do have pieces that have that movement. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yes.
I
And
love that.
I can spend hours talking about watches, but
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, watches are just if you're in this world, like you have to appreciate a mechanical watch. I mean, they're just masterpieces of engineering. It's so cool that I don't know
Yeah.
it's they're super impressive. The thing I like about the ones that have the window on the back is it's just so ostentatious. Like you don't even see it when you look at the watch. Like you have to take it off and look at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
So like to see, to appreciate what's there. It's like it's just for you to
It's for
know that
you.
like this thing is
Exactly.
so
Yes.
cool,
And that's the thing, right? Like
Yeah.
wear it for yourself. Don't wear it
Yeah.
for other people. It's not about like the flex really. It's
Right.
like
The
you should
Rolex logo.
yeah, yeah. You should get it for yourself and it should be fun, right? That's the whole idea. Like it should be fun. So yes, I
Yeah.
love that.
I love it. Good stuff, man. I'm not buying you that watch for Christmas. I'm sorry, but
Oh, shucks.
you may find something else on this list though. All right, that is our 2025 holiday gift list. Not exhaustive by any means, but should give you a pretty good idea of what just about anybody in the Fusion community might like. Links are in the description, and I just want to say thanks for being part of the community. It means a lot to us that you're here, that you watch these podcasts, that you're using Fusion to do cool stuff. So keep it up, and thanks for coming, Kaching.
Yeah, of course. And we love learning about what you're doing. We love seeing the projects you're sharing on social. So keep doing that. And who knows? We'd love to get one of you on our show. And if you've got cool stories to tell, or things that you're working on that you think would be really interesting for everyone else to know, let us know. Email us. We love to talk to you and learn more about what you're doing. So yes, thanks again.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Happy holidays.
Hey everyone, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all things Shop Talk. If you're ready to try Fusion through yourself, find the link in our description.